It's 5:30. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Paula, can you take roll call?
Certainly can. Mark Miller,
Present.
Chris Carlson,
Here.
and Paula Crook are all present.
I'd like to make a motion to approve last month's minutes.
Make that motion.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Chris, can you go over the financials, please?
Yes. So we started the month with $1,162,629.57. We received receipts of $130 and a penny. We had total disbursements for the month of $45,512.70 with an ending balance of $1,117,246.88. Pretty small month. Typical bills that we do, payroll, insurance. The only big expenditure you had on there was the gate on the fence outside. Otherwise, everything else was a normal expenditure. Any questions regarding the budget?
No questions.
No questions.
Motion to approve the budget.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Chris, road assessor's report, please.
Okay, it's going to take a little bit here. Okay, so I did reach out, get some estimates on some street projects. So we were going to need to figure out how we want to best spend our money because they broke it up street by street, so I haven't really totaled it yet. But we have a mill and overlay of Tipperary over in the Meadows. We have a mill and overlay on Shannon Circle in the Meadows, a mill and overlay for Cascades Court, and then new curbing installation. Hermitage Court, we have a mill and overlay for that. Brookline Court, we have a mill and overlay, and Brookline Court is only the road, not the cul-de-sac. Same with Cascades. It is just it's just the road and not the cul-de-sac. Because those cul-de-sacs have islands in them, and it doesn't make sense trying to get equipment around it. So I only had them give you an estimate to there. And then Overbrook, Stagecoach, and Sandpiper. We had the concrete separation for the water drainage between the two streets. The two streets are asphalt. There's a concrete separation. It's completely deteriorated. It needs to be redone. Curbing and apron. I think they call it a city apron installation. That was also in the proposal, and I think that one actually takes highest priority. That project is going to be. I have to get it submitted to the state of Kansas, but it's going to be under $20,000.
Okay.
And I think that one has to be done. It's terrible. Water is not draining at all. But some of these other ones we need to just kind of figure out. The Brookline Court, that one's going to be about 60. Hermitage Court mill and overlay will be about 45. Cascades is going to push 60, and then the curb and gutter. I need to figure out if the curb and gutter installation has a different number, and I can't tell if the total number they give me is the curbing and the surface, or if it's just the curbing, because it's awfully high. I think it's combined, but they didn't make it clear on the estimate. Shannon Circle is going to be about a $45,000 investment, and then Tipperary is going to be about a $40,000 investment. I do not see a problem in getting at least 4 or 5 of these done. One of the things on the road report that I'd like to bring forward is we've talked about Kincaid down there in Sunswept Highlands and how that's now the thoroughfare from the city of Wichita's neighborhood to Greenwich and all the traffic that had happened. I got a proposal for it. I got a proposal for redoing it into concrete instead of asphalt and adding shoulders, 18-inch shoulders to it. Because right now it's an asphalt road, drops into 6-foot deep ditches. I think we can't do it in a single year. Can't spend that much in a single year. It'll consume our whole budget. So I think what I'd like to do is take about $250,000 of this year's road budget and allocate it to Kincaid for next year, and then do Kincaid next year. And we split the money over 2 years. and then we can redo that road and we won't have any issues with that road. They might even be able to cut it down a little bit so those ditches aren't so deep, but at least now we'd have a shoulder on it as well. And that road is in bad shape.
Yeah. There's only one section that's real deep on the corners here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's designed that way or.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how those are. The rest of them are real not too deep.
Okay. Well,
Just
but I think
one.
that needs to be a big priority for us to start allocating for next year. We've talked about it for a while. I couldn't get the city to chip in on any of it after diverting the traffic when they did that intersection. But I'll have to sit here and do the math and figure it out. But I mean, I think if we move that money over into a savings, make a savings account for next year, we should be able to complete 4 or 5 of these projects on this list.
What was the name of that road?
Kincaid.
Okay.
It's between, it comes out, it heads west off of Greenwich.
Do you want us to wait, or do you want to make a motion to do that?
It'd be great to make a motion to move that money.
We'll do that after you get done then.
We can do it as new business if it's something you agree.
Okay. New business then.
As far as which roads we do, I just got this in 10 minutes before we started, so I haven't evaluated the estimates to see where we're going to get the best bang for our buck. But I can allocate some combinations and see, and then send it to the board for review, and then we can sign contracts.
Okay.
So that's what I have for the road report.
Paula, do you have any new business?
No.
Well, to start off with, then I'd like to make a motion to divide and allocate the funds for the Kincaid Road from this year's budget and next year's budget. All in favor?
Should we put a dollar figure to that motion?
What do you think?
This year, $250,000, and then that gets us probably halfway because prices will go up next year more than likely.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to divide and allocate funds for the Kincaid project for this year and next year's. For this year and next year, $250,000 each.
Motion.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's see. Like Chris just mentioned, we drove the roads and the area a few weeks ago, I think it was, or a couple weeks ago, and come up with kind of an analysis of what the best projects would be. I think for the most part, it was all mill and overlay. There was one area over in Overbrook that we'd probably needs like a new apron. Is that what we call it? Concrete apron, because it's pretty bad. I would still like to go and drive through Sunswept, even though that Kincaid would be over there. But
yeah, we still probably can go over there.
Yeah, if there's some funds and stuff, there's that one gravel road that we could maybe look into over the period of years. Or
well, my goal is to see how much we can get done before the golf tournament hits Crestview, and then we have another deposit coming in May, and we can work on Sunswept in the second half of the year.
Okay. Another subject is got a email from a resident that lives behind Seltzer Cemetery. It's not, he does not live in the township, but he walks through it quite often. But he noticed that there was a lot of headstones knocked over, and the fence was laying down, a certain section of fence. I had Paul go out there and evaluate it, and that's something with the cemetery funds I think we can start to tackle if it's not too much for you. I'd like to be able to get that cleaned up, beautified again. If you need assistance, let me know. I'm not sure. I haven't gone out there yet, but it sounds like you said that it's manageable.
Yeah.
Gluing it back on, reinforcing it. I'm not sure if there's like some special cement that could be.
I figured get some really good adhesive. It looks like a lot of them used to be adhesive together.
Right. You had also thought that maybe a lawnmower might have had taken some of that
It
out.
looks like some of them could have got, there's that one that looks like it was shifted. That's why a heavy damn mower, they swung around and hit it, didn't even realize it, or We were probably easy to do.
So I've got to talk to the landscape company about something anyway. So I might mention to make sure that they're careful in that area. I don't know if they do a lot of cemeteries, but obviously that place is like over some headstones are probably a century and a half old. So that does need to be hit. Because I said, like, probably.
Yeah, it's selling. The thing is, what we know is in the past is the concrete, they put them like on a concrete base, where there's a big concrete base, and of course that does sell. So the only thing I was thinking on some of them that, lean, I think just time just, fell apart, is maybe just, I'm not sure how we could actually fix that, or do we temporarily put like my first thought was like a piece of rebar behind it, try to glue it, support it, but, maybe a piece of rebar behind it to keep it. Well,
Let's start with the low-hanging fruit on what we can tackle. Some of that stuff we might have to get like Barry maybe to come out and leave some dirt so it could be spread out so we get that elevation. Because some of them, it could be collapsed. It had to be dug up, collapsed caskets or whatever. So that's why the dirt might have like settled or something like that. So if we can get the dirt back even keel and then the headstones propped up and look pretty, that would probably help out for future falling over completely. And when they fall over, obviously they're breaking. So come up with a plan, come up with an idea. If you need help, let me know. We can get Barry to look into that, helping you out. Because I think you had also talked about gravel on the roads out there. And then whatever you think should be done with that fence. And I think you and I already talked about, if you wanted to put like an access gate, I absolutely don't mind. The more residents that'll want to walk through there, the more it kind of keeps the riffraff.
Access, that's their backyard.
Well, that would be for them.
Right.
That would be, because I know that they said that they walk through there, and I don't mind people doing that at all, because that's how we get that type of information. Feedback is like, did this, and I thought at first it was vandalism, but so it kind of keeps that down.
Age more than anything, or somebody walk by and lean on it.
Okay, but let me know what you end up doing, because there is a separate fund for the cemetery. So
That separate.
anything that you purchase and stuff like that, we can tell the accountant.
Okay.
That's all I got. Chris, do you have any new business? Any old business?
No.
Paul, do you have any updates on anything other than that?
Grass is growing.
Okay.
Or weeds, boy, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I did
Early.
reach out to Slauson Development on their construction schedule, and they don't have it at the moment. They're working on it. So their attorney, which is the same one that we're using in conjunction with David Crockett, the dust storm that happened over I-70 a month ago, he was involved in that accident that happened there. And so he has been out of the office for a bit, which has delayed Slauson because they've got some legal paperwork that has to be finished up before they can break ground. So that's been slowing everything down.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Motion.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Questions and comments. Hi, Megan.
Oh, are you?
Good yourself.
It's a nice sunny day.
To recap, we talked about some of the future projects in the area. We went over to Overbrook and noticed a few things that probably needed to be corrected.
The streets?
The streets. And
Stagecoach and Sandpiper, that concrete spillway, I'm going to get it replaced this year.
Okay.
I just got a bid on it. So once I go through it, that's going to be what.
If I do even do a little bit on curbing, that's still might hard. Okay.
The bid is to replace that whole concrete swale and the curbing around it.
Okay, just in that area.
And in that area. Is there some other areas that have curbing issues that you know of?
Oh, yeah, that's older. The curbing can be old.
Well,
Of course.
if it's collapsing, I can replace it.
Okay.
Which means that it has to be tilting back. If you've got some addresses, send them to me,
Okay.
and I'll be happy to go drive over in the daylight and go look at them
Okay.
and see what we got going. You can send them. Just go to the website, send me a notification on there, and I'll go. Just give me a list of addresses that have curbing their issues.
Okay. Okay.
If you know of some, because we kind of drove it and looked around, and
There's a lot like
But it was getting dark
cracked
going
down
up
there.
there.
It collects water. It has to evaporate.
Yeah, just send me some addresses,
Okay.
and I'll be happy to look out shit.
Okay.
Here's one that sent you off from 9th Street.
Just give me the addresses. It's so weird.
Yeah, you send me, and I'll go look at them. And it's even better if you send me the addresses and I go after it rains. Then I can really see what the problems are.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I think it's going to rain tomorrow.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, I will feel that.
I thought we'd have Bill today. I saw him earlier today. Any questions? Concerns?
No. I just had the late schedule. And then, of course, getting over here at this time, it was a lot more traffic.
Oh, I will say, it sounds like the East Kellogg project is scheduled to start sometime this month. Okay.
This month?
Yeah.
But they'll be closing down Percival?
I don't know if they're closing anything down this month, but they will be mobilizing, getting all their equipment out there. They've already got a phasing plan up on the website, so you can see the phasing.
Did they mention anything about, one of the articles mentioned there were, huge, 58 bridges that were going to have to be dealt with. And I'm like, 58? I guess this is...
There's a lot more, but there are several bridges there. I don't know if it's that many, but there are several bridges.
Okay.
They've got to redo that entire 96 loop, and that's part of the first phase. And then going down 143rd, they've got...
Are they going to clean that up somehow in 96 loop?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is going to be completely different.
Okay.
The best example of what it'll look like going forward is the North Junction, where I-35 and 235 meet. At 254, that they're gonna make it'd be more like that going around. I talked to Wildcat Construction, who won the bid, but 143rd is in phase 1. The 96 loop is in phase 1, and some other miscellaneous.
And that starts in 2 months, you said?
Sometime this month they'll mobilize and get started. The 143rd KDOT project only goes just past the bridge, and the city of Wichita has a widening project to pick up where KDOT leaves off and goes down, and so they put that out to bid. So Wildcat bid it because it makes more sense if they get the entire road, because then they can control the phasing of the construction. So I think KDOT or City of Wichita will award it sometime this month, and then once that's awarded, that'll help decide the phasing and how they're going to start projects.
Will they allow traffic to still go through there, or I'm sure we're probably going to find other ways, but...
There'll be some way to get her out. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.